Hi everyone, welcome to a special preview of the 6th annual UPIKE Film and Media Arts Festival. We are transitioning this year to a special online festival because of the campus closure that we're experiencing because of coronavirus. The good news is, though, that the online format is going to allow us to show more work than ever before. We have 75 films that we're going to be showing over the course of the event. It's a 4-day event, Wednesday starting at 4 p.m. all the way through Saturday. Now, we do take a break. We're doing it from about 4 p.m. to around 10:30 or 11 or so each evening. So you'll have about 6 to 7 to 8 hours of content there. We're going to be streaming a variety of films from across the country, including about 25 from UPIKE students of mine here at our program. We're going to have Q&As with the filmmakers following each feature film or each screening block of short films. And we've got blocks divided up by types of films, all kinds of cool stuff. And we've even got 3 table readings that we're going to have of screenplays. And it's going to be a really fun event. I think you're going to enjoy a lot. We're going to be broadcasting this live over YouTube and on Facebook as we are right now. We've just set it up. And so we're looking forward to rolling that out and everything hopefully going smoothly. The Zoom post-screening Q&As are the one thing I've got to still check and resolve a small issue with. All right, so let's tell you a little bit about the festival here and the specifics of what we're going to have going on. And so, like I said, each day at 4 o'clock you'll be able to tune in. And this is a live stream. It's a one-time chance to see these films. We're not streaming them at any other time. This is the only time that you'll be able to see these films. So we want you to take advantage of that. So what the heck are we showing? What are these movies? Well, here's how you can find out. Each day we're going to be posting information about the block of some films that we're showing on our website and on social media. You can go to our website right now, fmafest.org, and find a detailed schedule of the film festival. All right, and so here I'll show you what that looks like. If you go to our homepage here on fmafest.org, you can go to schedule, and you can find out all the films that are playing each day, or you can download like a full PDF of the entire event, right? So let's say tomorrow, all right, we've got a comedy block that we're going to kick things off with, and it's going to run for about an hour, and then we've got a 30-minute segment built in to have a Q&A with the filmmakers following those screenings. So we're going to do a Q&A on Zoom and have all the filmmakers there, and you'll be able to tune into that one stream tomorrow from 4 o'clock till 10 p.m., 10:30, however long it keeps going, and watch all our content. And so we've pretty much got this timed out where we shouldn't have any lengthy breaks of any kind. We'll either have movies or a Q&A going on. The comedy block has a lot of great short films. These are all short films, and we have a good variety here. A lot of great things to check out, so I recommend looking those over and see if anything piques your interest. They are listed in the order that we will screen them. After the Q&A at 5:30, we have our first feature presentation, and this is a film called One Summer Night. And what's interesting to me about this film that I think I find most special is that it's a feature film. It's over 2.5 hours long, and it was made by a college student. I believe he's from North Carolina, and he did this in college, and so it's especially for college students, very compelling work. And it is a fairly long film, but it's something that I found myself just kind of glued to the screen. I couldn't stop watching. It's a slower film, a good evening film to watch at night, maybe by yourself, relaxing. And I'm going to play a trailer for it right now, and it's called One Summer Night.
Do you remember the night we met? I mean, really met?
Yeah.
I think about that night sometimes. Samson Mitchell, of all people, came out of nowhere and asked me if I was okay. He comforted me. I feel like 9 times out of 10 you would have stopped. Why did you stop?
Well, I saw a girl sitting on a playground, clearly too old to be there. And it was really dark, so I didn't realize it was you until I got a lot closer. And you look really sad, so I want to make sure that you're okay.
I guess I just wanted to believe that it was special, that you wouldn't have done that for anyone else, that you did it for me. And I guess that's why I never asked, because I was afraid that I wasn't special.
But you are, Alexa. Look, I like to think that I was at that spot at that time for a reason. There's so many things that could happen that day that would result in me not running into you. I'm pretty sure that, I was supposed to meet you then at that time, because I felt like, a lot of good came out of it.
Good?
Yeah, good.
What do you mean?
I mean that being with you was one of the best times of my life.
Wait, hold on.
So that's the first feature presentation that we'll be having at the festival this year. We got several feature films. Most of the films, again, though, we're screening are short films, but we do have several features going on throughout the festival. Later that evening, after the screening of One Summer Night, we actually have a table reading. And if you've never experienced a table reading of a screenplay before, it's pretty interesting. We're recruiting some local actors and local theater students to participate in an online table reading of a feature-length script called Rapture Me Now, about a college dropout posing as a private investigator taking on a case tracking down the murderer of a doomsday cult leader. So I'm a big fan of that kind of material, and I think you'll enjoy it quite well. On Thursday, at 4 o'clock, a new block of films. We opened things with a showcase of UPIKE work, and we've got 2.5 hours of UPIKE content. And this was pretty much the cream of the crop, the best of the best that we wanted to showcase. We've got work from graduating seniors. We've also got work from freshmen who had never made a film before. We've got some short, scary films, some horror film, documentary films, a couple of parody films. Some really interesting stuff scattered out there, and we're going to have a opportunity for them to participate in an online Q&A as well, and you can ask some questions. Following that, we have the second feature that we'll be screening at the festival, and this is called Painted in Stone, and it's about a mural at the University of Kentucky that has been under fire recently, and I have a trailer for that film as well.
This university was not founded with us in mind.
Can we not take it down piece by piece?
Black students should not be forced to see it.
This building where the slave mural is our logo. This is what our university stands for.
Racism is us being in this room right now fighting for our rights as students.
In 2019, that mural is still here, it's unacceptable.
So that is Painted in Stone, and that will be streaming on Thursday night at 7 o'clock Thursday night. And now all these times are at Eastern Standard Time, by the way, so keep that in mind. After Painted in Stone, we have the third feature we'll be screening, and this also is a documentary. It's called Hollywood in the High Country, and it's about the Appalachian Theater. And we have a trailer for you to see of that film as well.
I tell you, the theater was a big part of our growing up life. It was not uncommon for me to go to the movie 6 times a week. And on Saturday, before I was working here, I went to the movie at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I got out at 5 in the afternoon. I saw the movie 4 times.
You had a quarter, and you spent 10 cents getting a hot dog at the soda fountain beside, and 5 cents for the Coke, and a dime for the movie. 1 quarter, you were in hog heaven.
Sitting up in the balcony and actually had my first French kiss here.
What's your name, son?
Bonnie. William Bonnie.
Billy the Kid, huh?
At that particular time in life, or certainly in my lifetime, movie stars were bigger than athletic heroes.
I remember the smoke, and we were asked to get up and leave, and that's what we did.
The story of the Appalachian Theater is one where it declines over a number of decades. By 2007, the theater is closed.
It's like the light went out in downtown.
Bottom line is, we've never done a project yet that the client had enough money, and you don't have enough. And so today is really about setting priorities.
We established a goal to essentially replicate the historic exterior of the theater, the 1938 facade and marquee, and to turn the interior of the theater into a modern live performance venue.
That theater is very special, and I predict that people are going to rally behind it and make it a very, very special place to go again.
All right, so that again was Hollywood in the High Country, and that film will be available Thursday night at 8:15 p.m. right here on Facebook Live on our UPIKE FMA page, as well as on YouTube Live on our account there. Following that film, we will have a Q&A with the filmmaker, as we will with all the feature films that are part of our festival. And then we have a table reading of the screenplay Weekend Warriors. And this is a short screenplay. It's kind of a documentary about some misadventures of some reservist aircraft maintainers. And it's like a workplace comedy. So I think people will enjoy that. On Friday, we have a start of a new slate of films. Let me pull this up here for you. And again, this is all on our website, fmafest.org. All right, make sure you can see it. Yep. And so Friday, we've got a narrative block 1 here where we've got some short narrative films. And these are all serious dramas that we have here. A lot of these are made by college students or recent graduates of college programs. We'll have a Q&A following that where you can ask them questions. We have a second narrative block with another slate of narrative films, and these are all fictional films coming up here. A good variety of those, so you can read about those, and followed by another Q&A. And then at 7:30, we've got a block of horror films, and so I'm a big horror fan, and I think you'll enjoy these films quite well. One of them is made by a youth filmmaker, Miracle, that's made by a high school student. The other ones are made mostly by college or professionals. Hourglass is actually made by some high school students as well, so we're excited to show all those films. Then we have another feature at 8:30 called Roses Are Just Roses, and that's from an international filmmaker, and this person does plan to do a Q&A with us afterwards. And then last, we have for Friday evening, we have a short screenplay reading. It's really like a pilot for a TV show. It's called East Lake Campground, and this is written by a student of mine, Aaron, and it's very well done. It's very funny. The description doesn't really give you a clue about how funny it is, but I highly recommend it, and it's kind of a dramedy, and I think you'll definitely enjoy it. This brings us to the final day of programming, which is Saturday. On Saturday, we kick things off with what's called our Vanguard block, which is kind of our experimental animated films, that kind of stuff, things that are atypical. And so we've got a good variety of those films. We even have a stop motion film by a youth filmmaker here in Heroic, an animated film in Quiet, a CGI film in Perpetuate, an experimental animated documentary in Dispatches from Vietnam War, and cowboy poetry, which is extremely Extremely interesting. It's kind of a scientific experiment almost turned into art. So a good variety of really atypical films here in this block. Next up, we've got 3 documentaries that are made by Apple Shop that we'll be featuring here. A Set of Symptoms, Restricted Access, and the Fallout. And these all deal with issues that are going on in Appalachia at this time, mostly relating to various aspects of health in Appalachian people. After this block, we have a documentary block, and you out there that know me know I'm a big documentary fan, and so this is one of my favorite blocks of the festival. Gone Tomorrow, Kentucky Ice Climbers. This is a really interesting film about some young people that go out and climb ice formations in mountains in Kentucky. They pop up sporadically and they don't last long, because people that know this area know that we don't have extremely cold weather here. It gets cold sometimes, but it also gets pretty warm sometimes. So it's an interesting challenge that they have trying to climb these ice structures. So can't wait to show all these films in this block. Ben and Josh, Hebo, The Saying's the Thing, Plastic and Water, a youth filmmaker there. Great variety of documentary films there. At 7:30, we have a feature film presentation in Azucar, and this is a foreign film that we'll be showing about a very important issue going on in this foreign country here. So I will show you the trailer for that.
Susi, dapat mo ni mabalaan ha, kay bag-o ka di sa amon. Ang aton Central, ang Option Milling Company, amo ang pinakagamay nga sugar mill sa bilog ng Pilipinas. But we make the sweetest brown sugar in the country.
The look of your face. Wala ka man nakapoy?
Wala ah.
The sound of your name.
Namian, kuya nga may kinopra ako, Permi.
Leave the sweetest taste. Like sugar canes.
Dapat palangga akong tanga atong kinopra. Pero sa aton, ang rason nga go brata ay para sa aton nga pamilya, di ba da?
The Department of Tourism Region 6 and Scenic Kasimanwa present a story where love is sweet and sugar is the only option. Matthew Vasquez, Alexandra Clavicillas.
Hindi man naguro ang mga tao mag-istoryahan kung wala man na sila may nakitaan.
Anong malain daw? Baka kobra para sa pamilya ta.
We want you to understand that we want what's best for you.
Ang isda ya mabunit mo ginaya sa iya nga baba.
So that was Azucar. Following Azucar, we have our final film presentation of the festival, and that is The Ballad of John Henry, a documentary film looking at the urban legend, folklore, however you want to call it, of John Henry, the still driving man. And it's a really well done documentary film, and I have a trailer to show you of that as well.
With emancipation, now blacks in the South are free. Now they have to figure out, how is it that I use this freedom, use this new place in which I find myself? Which is not a question that they were even able to ask before. What does it mean to be an American? What does it mean to be a free American? I think The Legend of John Henry is a reflection of that aspiration. You know, it's a sort of an overt manifestation of the anxiety and the uncertainty and the hopefulness and the optimism, and at the same time the realistic understanding that this is not going to be easy.
4 black men were facing criminal charges in 1866. Among the 4 defendants was a 19-year-old man far from his home of New Jersey. Knee-high to a grasshopper, he appeared young for his age. His name was John William Henry.
When he's in the state court system, those people do not have the best interests at heart of the men who are there, particularly a foreigner, particularly somebody with a New Jersey accent, particularly a young black man who no one knows.
The Rebs just lost a terrible war, and they were fit to be tied to see so many free blacks in their midst.
It's hard for us to even imagine the kind of unrest there was. There were riots between former Confederates and African Americans. There was a number of church burnings. Nobody really understood what the rules were.
After the war, millions of dollars were ponied over to connect the country by rail. This massive network of track was referred to as the Great Railway Octopus.
The Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad is this long dream by Virginians to get to the Ohio River. And it lasts for 40 years and it never gets done. It's not done until after the war. And the person who does it is a black man who's a convict from New Jersey. There's a kind of lovely irony, I think, in that.
All right, so that is the last trailer of the last film that we'll be screening as part of the online film festival starting this Wednesday, running through Saturday at 4 p.m. every day, running until about 10 to 11 each night. The other event that will follow this streaming, A Ballad of John Henry, our last feature film of the festival, is an online award show where we'll be announcing the winners of the various categories and giving out over $1,000 in prize money to various filmmakers from around the country. So we will be getting that out to you. We normally have a really cool banquet that the city of Pikeville sponsors. Obviously, we can't do that right now. But we are very much excited about what we have to offer. The stream seems to have gone pretty well with the preview stream did. The only thing left we have to do is sort out some audio issues with Zoom. Broadcasting Zoom didn't really like me trying to broadcast the audio from the Zoom meeting, but it does. I'll get it figured out though. I found some solutions all online already. So, and that's just for the Q&A. So we're good to go with the festival. We'll get the Q&As set up and working. I was going to take a look here real quick for any questions from anybody. Basically, all you need to know is if you want to check out the festival, then you need to tune in Wednesday through Saturday every day starting at 4 o'clock to see the films. Again, they're only going to be screened one time, and that's Eastern Standard Time that things will start. But if you want to know specifically what's going to be playing at what times, then you can check out our website. If you go to fmafest.org, you can go to schedule and you can see a link to download a PDF of the entire schedule, or click the schedule button to see a day-by-day breakdown of the various events on each day. You can see all the films we're screening in each block. Again, we've got blocks for different genres, so comedy, horror, documentary, narrative, fictional films, and then the feature films. And so we've got all that info there. So you can find out about the films before you sit down and watch. And again, this stream is going to be on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you find out about us on Facebook, but you want to sit and watch on YouTube on a big screen at your house, if you got a Fire Stick or a Roku or a smart TV or whatever, you can check out UPIKE Film and Media Arts on YouTube, and you can watch our stream on YouTube, so you can watch it on the big screen, right? So we look forward to this event. I think it's going to go pretty well. This preview went very smoothly. We just got to get the online Q&A with Zoom worked out and get those glitches ironed out. Any other questions that anybody might have before I sign off here? There's a bit of a delay on the stream, so I'll give you guys a second to chime in. I will say, if you are interested in participating in the live table reads, you need to give us a heads up. Anybody can tune in and watch those. We plan to live stream them. But if you're interested in reading for a part, if you like acting and want to help out with that, let me know. Just comment in the video, and I'll see if there's any parts remaining, and I can hook you up with a part. But we would love to have you participate. So that's about it. I will be wrapping things up here now. Remember to like our page at UPIKE FMA on Facebook and on Twitter and Instagram. And if you enjoy our feed, please share it with other people and let them tune in and check out these awesome movies from around the world. This festival holds a special place in my heart. This is the 6th year of it. We've had about 180 films come in this year in screenplays total. I personally reviewed every film and screenplay, along with a class of students that reviewed the majority of those materials as well. And so I love doing it. I love looking through these films and finding the cream of the crop and sharing them with the public. And I'm hoping this year we get more viewers than ever, since it's free and online. You can watch it from the comfort of your house. So I don't see any new questions, so I think that's about it. So we're going to wrap things up here. If you have any further questions, just shoot me a message. Shoot them to the UPIKE FMA page or my personal account, Andrew Reed, either one, and I'll be happy to get back to you. But that's it for the preview of the UPIKE Film and Media Arts Festival. Please tune in tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m., and we will be more than happy to show you some awesome films from around the world. Stay safe, guys, and check it out tomorrow. Bye.